It's about making a point when all else has failed. People are asking, how do we defend ourselves? What can we do? We're under attack and nobody is listening. They've tried every method. They've written to MPs. They've had over 20 protests, none of which have been reported in mainstream media, to the point that they went to the BBC to protest outside, thinking that way they would receive some coverage. Absolutely nothing. Nobody's listening to the people. The petitions say no. The people say no. The Mayor of London...
Donnachadh's saying no as well. He's shaking his head. So give us your response, Donnachadh.
Well, the idea that the ULEZ protests have received no coverage in the media is just it shows how much untruthfulness is in this position. The idea that she's supporting the vandalism of cameras that are protecting children's lives. The whole point of ULEZ is to reduce the pollution in London. Something like 600,000 people suffer from asthma in London. 240,000 children suffer from asthma. And the NHS says there's a clear link between acute asthmatic attacks and air pollution. London has around 12 asthmatic kids dying every year, and Britain has the highest mortality rate for child asthma. So the mayor, as an asthmatic himself, is taking action. He is backed twice in elections for the London mayor. He twice stood on a platform saying he would clean our air. He's delivering that. And every single major opinion poll carried out of Londoners shows we support it because we want cleaner air. So the police must act, because these are not just ordinary vandals. These are vandals that are attacking equipment that is seeking to clean London's air so our children can be safe walking to school with cleaner air, which I think is a human right for London's kids.
Well, Michelle, I mean, he has a point there, Donnachadh, doesn't he? Because, you know, ultimately, if people don't like ULEZ, they can vote Sadiq Khan out at the Labour mayoral election next year. They can even vote for for the Conservatives when it comes to the general election on this. You've said they're opposed to the expansion of the ultra-low emission zone. Vandalism can't be the answer.
OK, so in regards to Donnachadh's questions, Donnachadh has gone off topic, and it's now become about children and asthma. We're not talking about that today, Donnachadh. But what I'm going to say to you is, not so long ago, you wrote an article to say that you wanted all domestic pets to be banned, right? Now,
no, I didn't.
Cats are a big... Yes, you did. Cats are a big trigger for asthma. Are you telling me that maybe in the future the mayor will introduce a pet pollution tax? Let's kill all our animals because they're causing pollution. Let's get rid of all log burners. They're causing pollution. Where does it stop, Donnachadh? In 2021, The Guardian wrote an article saying that log burners were the cause of the bulk of our pollution. But yet in 2023, The Guardian, the same newspaper, is now reporting that vehicles are the problem. Now, the problem is that all the Jacobs reports and the mayor's own assessment reports say negligible impact. Getting rid of old cars will cause negligible impact. Have you read that report?
It's very clearly
it's a straightforward question. Have you read that report?
What I have
Do you know what that means?
What will do is will reduce NOx pollution by 10% and reduce
0.01.
Particulates by 16%. And that actually means particulates are the worst form of pollution. They're linked to cancers, dementia, asthma, and heart diseases. And every major medical institution in London and the UK says we must bring down road transport pollution, and that is what the mayor is doing. You are correct. We should also tackle other sources of pollution, whether it's wood burning, agriculture offshoots, etc. They all need to be tackled because it is one of the greatest impacts on health in the UK is air pollution. And actually, but on the point of the poor, 80% of Londoners do not own a car, and they pay the price in the pollution. And the biggest attack on poor people in outer London in terms of transport costs is that the Tory government has insisted that the mayor imposes the highest public transport fares in the world. And poor people in London should not have to pay that. And secondly, the Tory government has taken away the free travel for pensioners for AM travel. And those are the biggest attacks on poor people in London. High pollution.
Again, we're off topic. The question is, what do people do to defend themselves? You and I met last week in Cudham, right? We shook hands. I wanted to talk to you. You ran away, right? Now, you were in Cudham. There is no public transport in Cudham. These people cannot move without transport. They are sick and tired, demonstrating, protesting, writing to MPs. The government wants it stopped for now, but will not step in. The Mayor of London is not listening to the people, Donnachadh. 66% of people said no.
But Michelle,
Mayor himself in 2021 said no.
But Michelle, you complain about going off topic. I mean, the question is about vandalism, and you're saying this is the only way to have your voice heard. Are you therefore in favour of things like the toppling of the Edward Colston statue in Bristol and having it thrown into the sea? If people oppose certain views, vandalism's okay?
No. I don't agree with that. It's not that I agree with the vandalism. I don't condone vandalism. But what I'm saying is that people are desperate. They're frightened. They're afraid. They're at the end of their tether. All the peaceful protests, they had cakes and coffee, you know. But what's becoming now, people are getting more and more and more angry because nobody is listening to them.
A final thought from Donnachadh.
They didn't want to go down the stop oil.
I think it's very important to point out that there is up to £5,000 available for any person in London to switch their car to a cleaner vehicle. There's up to 11,000 for small businesses.
Can I just stop you there, Donnachadh? Have you tried?
Really good news
is that 5,000, it's 2,000. Donnachadh.
Sorry, can I finish?
It's not 5,000, it's 2,000. It's up to 2,000. And it's actually not readily available.
There's up to £5,000 available for people who have disabilities to reach the car. And the really good news, I want to end on a positive, is 15,000 dirty car owners applied for the grant in the week before ULEZ came up. So it's launched.
And you want the negative?
And the cars
no,
guys, we've got to leave it there.
15,000 vehicles have been sent to the country. People are selling their cars and sending them to the country.
OK, folks, got to leave it there. Michelle, Donnachadh, thank you both very much indeed. Thank you.